book, Never Lose a Customer Again, we looked at hundreds, if not thousands, of different industries and businesses. And what we found is across all of them, somewhere between 20 and 70% of new customers will quit before the 100-day anniversary.
One of the things that I love is that you chunk it down to this whole process to 100 days. And we all know, obviously, like, if you're doing this process right, you're creating like essentially clients for life. But I wonder if you could speak to like why the first 100 days is so important and how like those first impressions are essentially formed in the beginning. And if they go the wrong way, they're almost impossible to undo. And if you kind of over deliver and exceed those expectations, which are so rare in business these days, it really just sets you up as to be that, like you said, the raving fans who want to refer you and tell everybody about you. But I wonder how you could just speak to how you decided on that little like kind of 100-day window and how it's a very doable kind of process.
Yeah, what's really interesting, Frankie, is while I'm flattered to think that folks would be like, "Oh, Joey, first 100 days, it's catchy, it sounds good, do," it's what the research showed. I looked at businesses, small, medium, and large, online and offline, businesses that sold products and businesses that sold services, folks that were operating domestically, folks that were operating internationally. And in doing all the research for my book, Never Lose a Customer Again, we looked at hundreds, if not thousands, of different industries and businesses. And what we found is across all of them, somewhere between 20 and 70% of new customers will quit before the 100-day anniversary.
That's wild.
In banking, it was 32%. In banking,
Yeah.
banking for God's sakes, which is
Yeah.
like considered to be one of the most conservative. Once you're in,
Yeah.
you stay in. Most
And it's a
people aren't
pain in the
jumping into
ass to
new
switch.
banks every week. Oh my God, unbelievably
Yeah.
difficult to switch. Cell phones, known as having the most draconian contracts in the consumer space, 21% quit their cell phone contract in the first 100 days. Software as a service across all industries, 20%. Auto mechanics, 68%. Restaurants, 40 to 70%, depending on the type of cuisine you offer. So the data was coming in from everywhere that there was this huge issue. But you know what was scarier to me, Frankie?
Mm.
Excuse me, than the 20 to 70% of people that were quitting in the first 100 days? It was that the typical business owner had no idea what their percentage was.
Yeah.
They had no idea how many people were leaving. And more importantly, they had no understanding or appreciation of how quickly those people were leaving. And
Yeah.
here's the other piece they found. The research shows that if on day 101, the customer is feeling ecstatic about the relationship, they feel connected, they feel consistency, they feel trust, they feel a bond, they feel a personal and emotional connection, you're delivering on what you promised, the typical customer will stay for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's how important these first 100 days
Yeah.
are. It's not just Joey's opinion. This is what the research shows.
Yeah. You make it through 3 months. And for you guys, for selfish reasons, I want you to understand what Joey is saying is if you can make it through those first 3 months and deliver a wow experience, that client is likely to still be paying you 5 years later. And I want you to think about all the clients over the years that have left, after a month, 2 months, and didn't stay long enough to really see the benefits. Imagine all of those people were still paying you today. And, as one of the things you talked about, like one of the simplest, most obvious ways this benefits you is it makes a business more sellable, right? Like if you
Not
have,
only does it make a business more sellable, it makes a business more fun. It
yeah,
makes a business more profitable. Research out of Harvard Business School, Stanford Business School, and Frederick Reichheld, the gentleman who created Net Promoter Score that many of the listeners are familiar with, your NPS score, shows that a 5% reduction in customers leaving will increase your profits, not your revenues, your profits 25 to 100%.
yeah,
Now, some people are listening. They're like, Joey, I was told there would be no math during this episode and conversation today. This is ridiculous. Let me break down the math for you. And you just gave a perfect example of it, Frankie. In the first month, 2 months, 3 months that you're working with a new client, you're not really making money. You've got your recouping of your marketing and your sales cost. You're getting them up to speed. You're getting the system set up. It's very time intensive. It's process intensive. You're trying to get everybody bought in. It's a lot more difficult to work with a client in month 3 than it is in month 33. In month 33, you've got a cadence, you've got a flow. And so, what the research shows is every additional dollar spent becomes more profitable the longer the relationship goes, because
Yeah.
we've recouped the startup costs, the marketing costs, the sales costs, the admin costs, the setup costs. All of those things have been covered. And as you know, when we've been working with a client for months or years or even a decade, we start to have a shorthand where we understand what they're asking. They say, "Oh, I'd like something that does XYZ." And we're like, "Great." And we put it together and we give it back, and there's no revisions. We hit it on the first try. We're exactly on. So we become more efficient, more effective, and more productive the longer we're in relationship.
Hey guys, if you like this video, you'll also like my book on Amazon called Beyond the Agency Box, which you can also find by my name, Frankie Finn, and it's got a lot of awesome reviews. And it really just goes deeper on a lot of things we're talking about, everything you need to grow and start a lifestyle agency, from the stages you'll go through to getting clients, to how to create winning offers, to high value deliverables, to wowing clients, to building teams, to building systems, and building a boring factory that's like a 7-figure money machine for you. So if you're interested, I put links for you in the video description, as well as it'll be in the pinned top comment below, and make sure to check those out.